Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kaz and I'm a channeler and a healer. In today's video we are going to channel Kathumi. If you haven't heard of Kathumi before, he's an ascended master who works with the light colour yellow in the Aura Soma range, and I do refer to them because that's where I first met Kathumi. He connects the angelic, human and devic realms together, and also invokes positive energy for the future, which I think we could all use some right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to pick a pile, but I'm also going to do a collective reading. So there are 3 crystals to choose from for your pile: crystal 1, crystal 2 and crystal 3. This crystal here I'm going to use for the collective reading, which will be for everyone. So you can go to your piles as needed and I will see you there. We're going to start with the collective reading, so I'm going to ask Kathumi to come in. I have sprayed some quintessence around, which is part of the Aura Soma set, and I'm just going to see what he would like us to hear today. Greetings, beloved ones. I have waited a long time to come and speak to you. I'm about to evolve or open a portal for you to step through. And it is up to you whether you want to step through it, of course, because you have the choice to do so or not. This portal will be coming up through the ground. So if you are someone who likes to practice your daily grounding meditations or exercises, this will be available to you when you do that. It'll open up into a square shape or a rectangular shape, and you may be able to sense it or you may not, and that's okay. All you have to do is recognise that it might be there and then take a step forward on the earth. So you could be standing on grass or you could be standing on the bare earth. We would like it to be natural and we would like you to be in your bare feet. And you take a step forward, and this actually opens up a portal to a symbiotic relationship with nature and man. And we are offering this at this time because a lot of that has been lost. And as humans in the far past, you used to live very, very close to nature, and you used to work with it every single day. But because there is now different structures that you've made and you spend a lot of time in them, we are not able to get you the information that you need. So we're offering this portal, and we're offering it within the next year. So if you see this at any time, from the time of it being available to everyone, within the next year it will be available to you. As you step through the portal, little energies of light will stick to you, and those will vibrate at a certain level which harmonizes you with aspects of nature. Now, for some of you, you may be very drawn to water. For some of you, you may be really drawn to the earth. For some of you, you may be really drawn to plants. So there's different aspects for each of you, depending on your ancestral lineage and what you naturally resonate at. So the changes will happen depending on you yourself. We've brought this portal forward because there is a lost connection, and we find that, and I say we because I do not work alone in this. I'm not in a silo, but it is my project. We find that intensifying your algorithm to nature will really help you in many areas of life. And for some of you, you have got specific jobs to do in this lifetime to do with nature and the nature spirits. So we are strengthening that connection for you, and we are attuning your vibrationary energy to that of nature in a higher positive way. So if you already spend a lot of time in nature and love nature, that's great. It's going to another level. So what you will find is it'll take around 6 weeks or so to fine-tune you to that level once you've stepped through the portal. And from there, you will see changes in your external world. And these changes may be to do with where you want to live on the earth. Maybe you've been ruminating with, I don't know that I want to live here anymore, but where do I want to go? And then suddenly you will know where you want to go. Or it may be that you work in an office block currently, and the changes might be that you want to work in a single-story building where you can be closer to the earth. There's all these little things. Some of them might be subtle and some of them might be quite large. You might have always gone to a city for your holidays, and now you decide that you want to go and spend time in nature for your holidays. Lots of different little changes, but which are strengthening your connection to nature so that nature can nurture you, because nature does nurture. And as I said, there are some connections to life purposes for some of you in this group. Thank you, beloved ones, for hearing about my portal. And we hope to see you at the portal. We will be present with you. That is I and some of the Devic and angelic realms. And we will assist you with this. Thank you. Ooh, that was really interesting, wasn't it? Wow, a portal, everyone. Let's do it. Okay, so you can now go to your groups. I'll have the timestamps in the description and in the video chapters themselves, and I will see you at your reading. Crystal 1, welcome to your reading. I'm just going to pick up your crystal so I can see what your messages from Kathumi are. Greetings, beloved ones. I feel that I am speaking to the converted here. You already love nature. You're already a bit of a nature spirit. This is going to go to another higher level. You may find yourself wanting to camp out in nature more and be really close to the nature spirits, not just in your locality, but in other localities as well. You will start to see connections between the energy in certain places and the energy and how it resonates on a scale. So you may go to one place and notice that, oh, the energy here is a number 2 out of 10. And you may go to another place and recognise, oh, it's 8 out of 10. And then you might start recognising this place vibrates very much like that place. And there will be some correlations, but there will also be some inconsistencies in that as well. So it will be about recognising vibration from nature in that area, and then if it is on the lower scale, helping to bring it up. And this may be by physical means. So maybe it's you go to a city that's absolutely got no nature strips at all and no trees, and then you campaign to have trees put in. It may be that I'm seeing just like an empty field that has had everything stripped out of it, and you start campaigning or actually planting the native species that would have been there. And this doesn't always have to be you working for an ecological purpose or environmental purpose, but it can be as well. We're not saying there's going to be stridency here and you're going to become a convert to the cause. What we're saying is your empathy is going to be drawn towards nature and how nature and Mother Earth is struggling at this point. And all of us beings need to pitch together to save the earth, in fact, but not in a warrior-like way, but in a more feminine, creative way. So it's about nurturing rather than fighting. We really don't want the fighting spirit in here. It's more of a feminine energy, regardless of whether you are feminine or masculine in nature. This is about working with the flow of nature. That's all I have for you, Group 1. That ended very suddenly. I hope you enjoyed that message, and I will see you in my next video. Crystal 2, welcome to your reading. I'm just going to pick up your crystal and ask Kathumi what he would like you to know. Blessings, says Kathumi. I'm seeing a lot of flowers. I'm seeing a lot of, like, a really lovely garden. So for this group, you may be really drawn to gardening on a local scale. And if you're not already, you will be. So sometimes it just happens to us. It happened to me. It was almost overnight that I had a dream that I had a garden in my front yard, and so I create a vegetable garden. I created one. So it's one of these things that you are going to be struck by if you haven't already started to think about it and haven't already been interested in gardening in any shape or form. Maybe you've got a house plant or two, but you're going to extend it outwards. And it may be that you think there's not enough room for me to garden here, and you might look for a house that's got a bigger garden so that you can do some more gardening. Again, that's going to be very individual. Maybe you live in an apartment and you've got a few balcony plants. You might decide to put some more out there, but then decide that you really want to be in a house with a garden itself. I'm also seeing community gardening. So I'll go back to Kathumi. Yes, we want to assist you with gardening and producing lovely, lovely blooms for the pollinators. And you have a special gift that may have been passed down from one of your parents or grandparents. And I'm particularly seeing roses or peonies, that type of shape of flower, and someone in the family might have really loved them, or one of your ancestors might have been called Rose. And there's something special about your connection with roses or peonies, or even lisianthus, because they have the same sort of shape. And it may be that you decide to cultivate some of those. But I'm actually seeing you creating homes for insects and for pollinators especially. I mean, all insects are essentially pollinators, but really to help the pollinators thrive on the planet. Okay, so I'm sorry I'm slipping between Kathumi and me. It's just the way the messages are coming through. So Kathumi is now saying that there's almost an industriousness to this. So it's like you wake up and think, I need to help the insects on the planet because they're not doing very well. And they're struggling to pollinate our food sources. So you then get very quickly into into researching how you can do this and actioning it. Like, it would happen in a number of weeks, I feel, that you will go from being sparked by the idea into actioning the idea. Okay, that's all that Kathumi has for you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Crystal 3, welcome to your reading. I'm just going to pick up your crystal here and ask Kathumi what he would like you to know. Greetings, beloved ones. I wish you to know that you are an all-rounder when it comes to nature. You love all aspects of it, and if you don't currently, you will. And once again, if you're walking through the portal, this will be a transition of about 6 weeks, and then you will find yourself fully wanting to be in nature almost constantly. You may then decide that you're going to move to a warmer climate where you can almost live outside, and or that in the summer months where you are, you will live outside and have very much a life of living outside for at least some months of the year. There isn't an advancement in technology that will interest you, and it's to do with nature and nurturing nature, and you will follow that. It may not come in, there are plans to bring it in, but it may not be available for another couple of years. But there is something there that you may follow. It may be to do with planting guides, or it may be to do with growing guides. It may be to do with creating a special environment for certain plants that are needed on the planet. It has not yet been allocated a name, so I cannot give that. For you, as well as a group, you will entice others to start caring about what food they're putting in their bodies, what their food has been exposed to, and also to growing their own food. So you will be a role model and perhaps teacher on this subject for those out there, and you will inspire them to be very proactive in creating produce that's going to be the best for them. And there may be some way to boost the vitamin and mineral intake into the plants that you may either discover, or you may do some research into finding a way, and it's a lost art that is coming back. So you may be the person that brings that forward, or you may follow that belief system of being able to put the conditions, the correct conditions into growing the plants so that they give the highest potential of nutrients for that plant. It's not about changing their DNA or their chemical processes. It's about enhancing them for the very best for that plant. And then, if you are consuming that plant, the very best for you. So it's coming back to Kaz here, and Kathumi is showing me like modern processing and modern agriculture, and how it usually favours one crop and then it strips stuff out of the earth, and so when they go to grow other crops it's a little bit trickier, and then the crops that they do have in there are being fed by chemicals rather than what the soil's providing, and it's giving an imbalance in the plants itself, and so when we're consuming them we are getting imbalanced vitamins and minerals from it. So that's my understanding of that. We're going back to Kathumi now. And we ask that you give your best to the plants and the insects on the planet and the whole ecosystem. And if you cannot physically do anything for it, you can send your positive wishes towards it, and to Mother Earth in particular, and all aspects of the planet. So, for instance, if you are seeing, he's showing me, it's hard for him to put it into words, he's talking about watching a screen. So if you are seeing a vista that looks very nice, send your positive vibrations towards it. And if you are seeing a vista that's not so nice, send your positive vibrations to the nature in that area so that they may thrive. Okay, Kathumi has drawn back his energy now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in my next video.